The Center for Democracy and Development, CDD, has called on Nigerians to rise up to those who deliberately work towards frustrating the electoral process in future elections. The chairman of the Organization on Election Analysis Center, Professor Adele Jinadu, made this known at a post-election briefing in Abuja. Jinadu, who says the electoral body and government has failed in delivering credible elections, wants citizens to take responsibility for protecting the nation's democracy.
Nigerians must be prepared to stand up to those who deliberately set out to disrupt the electoral process. We know them, but we sit back and do as if it is the role for the police to learn to prevent them. In other places, I've witnessed in Zambia, I've witnessed in Accra, citizens who form themselves into what you might call a night watchmen, deliberately setting out to prevent that kind of thing happening, because they say that if we can protect ourselves from thieves at night, we build gates and so on and so, because the state has failed to defend to guarantee our property to us. What more can be more important than people organizing themselves on election day to prevent the thugs, to prevent party hacks from deliberately setting out? You know them and you can stop them. And I think we have that role. We should not leave everything to government alone. If government fails us and we cannot sleep well at night, and we form ourselves into vigilante groups to protect our property, then we could also do so to protect our votes and prevent these people from doing what they are doing. I think we have that responsibility. Political parties have failed. They will not change the law that will disadvantage them. So it is our own role as citizens, because the price of democracy is eternal vigilance. So all this passing the buck, I think Nigerians should stop and then rise up against those who are trying to do this.
Violent conduct around polling units and the collation of results increases the risk of post-election litigation or the prospect of supplementary elections. And this has the added effect of seeing courts have a role in determining who is seen to be elected, further undermining the sense that the voters have that their vote is valued, and that whoever is eventually declared reflects their choices. Nigeria's identity divisions have been more pronounced in these elections, with narratives amplified by online discourse further contributing to accentuating these identity cleavages. Whether to promote conventional zoning arrangements or whip up ethnic concerns to support voter bases, this has heightened the sensitive political climate that has led to voting process. It raises the question whether political parties are becoming less relevant, with voters largely making their choices about who to vote for based on personalities and the abilities of those, the perceived abilities of those personalities to deliver. No matter how much INEC improves, if the state does not do more to tackle security, to tackle violence, to tackle thuggery, to tackle misinformation, violent rhetoric, and hate speech, then whatever improvements are made in election administration itself will have a limited effect in reassuring voters that their votes can actually count.
There are regional statistics in all of these elections itself. So when you look at the late arrival of materials, you find that it's more prevalent in the southeastern parts of the country, where you have the beavers malfunctioning, more higher prevalent in the northwestern part of the country. More fighting witnessed in the northwest of the country, but vote buying was higher in the southeast of Nigeria. At the same time, intimidation was more observed in the southeast and the south-south part of the country itself. And the most impacted by low deployment of security personnel again was in the southeastern part of the country.